How do you make those seasonal fruits and vegetables that are flourishing in your garden right now last all winter long? Janine Washley from Cloverfields Farm and Kitchen is here to tell us how. You know that neighbor's coming with you with the bag of zucchini, but you have a variety of different ways, creative ways to use these in all kinds of different recipes.
Yes. The weather is changing, you know, the temperatures are moderating, and my garden has gotten a second wind, and my shelves are full.
Right.
So I thought, you know, I'm going to have to break out the smoker, break out the dehydrator, and I'm probably going to have to utilize the freezer as well. So these are all examples of that. Let's start over here. This is sauerkraut. I went and got the last few heads of my cabbage.
Okay.
And I started a new jar of sauerkraut, and this is actually called lacto fermentation. So it stays at room temperature and it goes through all of these changes and processes, and it's called lacto fermentation. It's really good for you, high in B12 vitamins, and this is the real deal, better than anything in those plastic bags.
So what do you put in there with the cabbage? Now
my family recipe is green cabbage and apples. So this is a cabbage apple sauerkraut.
That sounds delicious.
So then the other way to use your cabbages that are coming in is with a freezer slaw. So this is utilizing the freezer. You can use these types of containers, pop them right in your freezer. The peppers that are everywhere, oh my goodness, they're so much fun to work with. So this is a jalapeno, a green jalapeno, make poppers out of it, that sort of thing in the summertime. When they ripen, which is what's happening now, this is
a red color.
Yes. So then I put them in my smoker, and then a jalapeno becomes a chipotle when you put it in the smoker. So this has been smoked over hickory smoke. Then I make my own adobo, and then you've got those fancy schmancy chipotle in adobo.
And they are in every, you know, recipe.
Oh, yeah,
if you watch the Food Network, they're always using chipotle and adobo, and you can make your very own.
Yes, and another workhorse of the garden is corn, and we put in some late corn because June was so hot, so our corn is just now coming in. So I've utilized my dehydrator, my canner, and my freezer. We vacuum sealed. This is a really nice method of preservation. These are vacuum sealed corn on the cobs.
And you could just throw that in a pot of boiling water. And
and it's done. Yeah, it certainly is. Then down here this is my soup mix that I give at Christmas time. I put my vegetable recipe on this and a loaf of bread, and then somebody can make soup. And this is a really nice hostess
gift. And that looks so pretty, the way you have it all organized in the jar.
This is dehydrated corn. So this is corn dehydrated. Then I took my cobs, these are the cobs where I cut off the corn, and I made corn cob jelly. Now that's an old-fashioned treat, and it's so interesting to taste. It's
corn cob jelly. I have to try that.
And so then I took my corn cobs and I put these in the smoker, and they're still smoking in my smoker. And you can use these instead of wood chips to smoke a pork roast or chicken.
And I bet that just adds tons of flavor.
Oh, it really does.
Can I ask you about this? You called it fruit leather. I called it a fruit roll-up.
Yes,
this is all natural.
Absolutely. It's apple cinnamon fruit leather or a fruit roll-up, and it literally is just pureed apples and cinnamon, and I put that really thin on a sheet and put it in my dehydrator, left it for 12 hours, and it came out like this.
You are so crafty.
Then, this is what you do. I use my vacuum sealer, and then I vacuum seal this, and my husband, when he goes hunting, he loves these. So this is a really good treat for him.
And like you said, no high fructose corn syrup is in there. It's all natural for you.
It's just apples and cinnamon. And then I smoked some onions, and then I froze the puree, and this is a delicious onion soup. And then these big giant baseball-sized zucchinis. These are wonderful to use. You just cut them in half, cut the seed out of them, and then you can freeze the shreds, shred it, and then you can have zucchini bread in the wintertime. I dehydrated it right here, and so you have that in your soup mix. And this is okra that we've frozen, and you just throw that right into the pan-fried okra and pickled okra.
Speaking of the okra, we're going to show you a recipe where you can take that, turn it into something great in just a few minutes. But if you want to get help from Janine, stand by, because she is a recipe booklet. You email her. We're going to have all the information for you on her website. You can also find Janine at Cloverfield Farm and Kitchen, Big Clifty, Kentucky. She is fantastic, as you know. So find her information on her website, and you can get that booklet by emailing Janine.